Hey guys, and thank you for joining Talks with Tam H-Town. On today's segment, we will be talking to some Gen Z ladies and Gen Xers, and we're going to be talking about modern day dating in the 21st century. This segment is special to me because this will be an ongoing segment. It will be an ongoing segment called Ask the Ladies. Okay, and we'll also have Ask the Guys, and that'll be ongoing as well. Okay, so we're just going to get right into it. I'm Tam. You guys introduce yourselves.
I'm Talia. I am one of the Gen Zs. I am recently on and off single, but I am in the dating scene online mostly. So yeah.
Hey, hello. I am, what am I? I'm Gen X.
Gen X. I know you want to be a millennial.
Oh, no, I do not. Absolutely not. My name is Deborah Johnson, but I am Gen X, and I am in the dating scene on and off again. Yeah, so.
Hi, I am Jordan, one of the Gen Zer representatives, and I am recently single, but I have a couple of, years on dating apps, so yeah, have that experience.
All right. Everybody says the dating scene is difficult. Okay, everybody says the dating scene is difficult. Why? Why is it difficult from your experience? And whoever wants to start can start. But I just wanted to ask each of you, with your experience in the dating scene, what makes it difficult?
I definitely think when it comes to Gen Z, it's difficult to find people like, I don't want to say out in the wild, but out in the wild. Most of us find people on dating apps. I used to use Hinge, and a lot of us use like Tinder, Bumble, even to meet friends. Like, I don't know if you know this, but Bumble has like a friend feature. So I think that's
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's friends with benefits.
No.
That's what that is.
No, it's
See,
not.
that's a Gen Z.
That
You
ain't really-
think it's a friend feature.
Yeah, no. Okay.
Yeah, but I definitely think it's harder to meet people naturally. I will say that, and that's what makes the dating scene hard right now.
Okay. And when you say naturally, you mean like in person?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. I didn't even know you did dating apps. So good. Good. We'll talk about that.
Hey. What makes it difficult? Is that what you?
What makes it difficult? Because everybody's saying it's difficult. You say it's different.
It's
so what
different.
makes it different or difficult?
Yeah, I don't. When I see all those comments and people like, oh, the dating scene is horrible and there's nobody out there and everybody's in situationships and all of that. But the only thing I would say with Gen X that does make it a little bit challenging is people around my age are kind of set in their ways when they're single, and they have hopefully they have lived some life. They have kids or grown kids, and they're really, they're not really willing to adapt or change, and so what you see is what you get.
Right.
They don't have much more years left. And I say that about 30 more years, about 40.
Oh, that's plenty.
I'm sorry, not making negative, but they're set in their ways. So
right,
yeah.
because you're older and it's
You're
harder
older.
to change once you've been a certain way for so long. And I definitely agree that and it's definitely a hookup culture. So I definitely agree with that.
Yep.
For me, what makes it difficult is, especially within my generation, the guys are just not as, I don't want to say traditional because I'm not a super traditional person, but they're definitely not as, they don't court women anymore. They expect you to come to them, and it doesn't help that a lot of women in our generation are more aggressive in that sense, so they expect everybody to be like that. Maybe it's just the type of guys I go for, who knows, but for me, that's what's made it difficult. As far as just my generation, if they don't like something, even if it's just a job, they quit. They go to the next thing. And it's like that in dating too. If they don't like somebody, they just, or any little thing.
Good analogy. Okay.
Any little thing. It's like, I don't like that, I'm done. I'm going to the next thing. I don't like that, I'm done. I'm going to the next thing. So
okay, and then that would
makes it
make
difficult.
sense as far as it not working out. And I think that you're saying also is some of you ladies, I think her point is some of you ladies are being a little too easy for the guys. And so when the ladies that try to be a little hard to get, you know, the men are just not used to that, you know. I definitely agree, too, with what you're saying as far as men are no longer approaching women. What's up with that? What's up with that, guys? Like, I remember going to a Prairie View homecoming. And there were some beautiful young ladies there, and pretty ladies, and I'm just sitting there observing, and the guys are just saying nothing to these ladies. Like, nobody approaches. I'm like, is this the norm? I did a whole video about it on TikTok because I was like, this is not normal. Because I'm used to the old school way, you know, when a man sees what he wants, he goes for it. And nowadays, guys are just not approaching women, which is a question I'll ask on the guys, because we got to ask guys that question. But that is very interesting, and I don't understand that.
And
I think it's rejection that they're
Yeah,
afraid
it
of.
is. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons, though, too.
Well, the guys back in the day weren't afraid of rejection. Y'all,
I mean, it's just a different time. Everybody take things really personally, and you see that, not to take this down another route, but you see that, like, when women say, no, I'm good, don't bother me, you've seen in the news how men would turn to violence toward that woman because she said no.
Wow.
So that rejection it could be
Wow.
hard, and I think that's a change.
And then to piggy on both things. First, what she's saying, there's women that are scared to say no
Yep.
just because of that, and then they don't even really like them. That's a whole nother comment. But there are men that will approach you, right? They'll approach you, they'll make that first move, and then they won't do anything after that.
Yeah.
They won't ask you on a date. They won't ask you on another date, even if they like you. They won't,
Interesting.
they don't court women anymore. Even if they approach you, they're not courting you. They're not pursuing you.
What's the point in approaching? Like, all that effort for nothing.
Yeah.
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 And they'll
Yeah.
ask, like, oh, what do you want to do? It's like,
Yeah, don't
ask
do
me
that.
what my hobbies are and figure it out from there.
What
Where
are your
we're going to
interests?
go, you know,
Plan
all
the
that
date.
stuff. Yes.
I think a lot of women feel like that. Plan the date,
Oh,
take
absolutely.
initiative, because that's what to a lot of women, that's what being a man is. Take the lead and take the initiative, and all you have to know, good point, is my interest.
Exactly.
Go from there. And pay for the date.
Yes.
That's a whole
Pay for the
nother-
date. You can't impress anybody unless you pay for the date. And I do understand men on that aspect, though, because if you're dating and you're on a dating app, you don't have everybody doesn't have enough money to take out everybody
It's
that they come
expensive
across.
now.
You know, so I do think that women have to allow them time to get to know them, and they need to get to know them to really just get a good, you know, just to be able to kind of really see if this is somebody you want to take out. Are they showing interest? You know, if you've been talking and you've been showing interest for a whole month, you know, I think you can take them out comfortably.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you know, one thing that you know, like you were saying with the text mess, they'll text you, won't ever ask you out on a date or anything like that. You know, I have some standards or some rules, you know, that I have set forth for myself. If it's a Friday or even a Thursday, and you'd be like, hey, what you doing tomorrow? I'm busy. You had all week to ask me to do something. And now you're waiting to the last minute. Did your other plans fall through? I'm not going on a date with you. I'm busy. I'm always going to be busy. And I'll be like, oh, catch you next time, or the day of. That's just something I do. Because
Right.
if you just met me and you want to go out with me, take time to be like, hey, what are you doing, like on a Tuesday or even a Wednesday? What are you doing Saturday night? I like to go somewhere with you.
Right. Advance
So I
notice.
can put that in my schedule and be like, okay, let me clear my schedule for this because advance notice. That's it.
Yeah.
That's easy. You do that at work.
because you're busy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. See, that's a high quality, high value woman. That's the problem. Like going back to what you said. Sometimes they call people that last minute and they go, and so they got y'all spoiled. But that might not be a high value woman. Most high value or high quality women are busy. And they got things going on, and you can't just, unless they're just happen to not be doing something, you know, you can't just call them at the last minute to ask them on a date. And it just shows how much you're prioritizing them. Like you said, did you have plans that canceled?
Yeah.
And if I say yes, if you ask me the day of and I say yes, you my friend. You're not nobody. I'm
Hint,
serious.
hint,
You're
hint,
not
hint,
anyone I'm interested in. You
Yeah.
are my friend because I'll say yes to a friend if it's the
Right.
day of or, you know.
Yeah.
But if it's somebody I'm interested in, no.
Okay. Okay. So on that note, do you feel like women and men who are, let's say, both straight can be platonic friends? Or do you feel like somebody probably likes somebody?
No, I think they can be platonic. I think that you can not, you could look at a person, think they could be handsome, they could be nice looking,
Okay.
but you may not be sexually attracted to that person. It may be something about them that you were like, I can never be with someone like that. You're just not interested in that
Okay.
point. It's kind of like, I think I told you one day that you know, I was listening to a comedian who was a lesbian, and she said, you know, or maybe it was the poetry, and she said, just because you're a woman don't mean I want to get with you. Like
Right.
that doesn't, just because we're the same sex, or you know,
well, you
that
both
I'm attracted
like-
to
you're
the
straight.
same, yeah, doesn't mean that I want to be with you. And that's the same thing when you look at heterosexual
Right.
relationships. Just because you're a man and we're friends doesn't mean I want to
Right.
get into bed with you and be with you. So.
I kind of disagree in that sense.
I think I do too, but go ahead.
Yeah,
I hear you.
I don't think that women and men can be friends. I think that either one person has secret feelings for the other person, or if not that, then one person has at least been like, they looked really cute when they did this, or I like this about them, and just had just a little slight level of attraction, you know, but then later on it just faded. So I just don't think that women and men can be platonic friends, because I just, no.
Right. Yeah. And I agree. I mean, I agree for the same reason that she's saying. I think that if you're straight, usually somebody likes somebody, but I'm never going to say all. Like I just think it's rare that you can be friends, but it's rare that somebody doesn't like somebody. And you might feel like that about them. Oh, you're not my type, whatever. But that doesn't mean they feel like that about you. Somebody likes somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Usually.
I disagree.
I also feel like if I'm a straight female and you're a straight male, and if we can be that good of friends and we are that compatible, why would we not like each other? Or why would one not like the other?
But it just because, so you have coworkers. We all have coworkers. We have
Right.
opposite sex coworkers. We have friends. They may be males in there. You can work well with them.
Absolutely.
And it
That's true.
doesn't mean that, okay, I work well with you. We're good together doing this project or whatever.
Right.
But you wouldn't take it beyond that. It's just some things you just do well together. And you can
Yeah.
even think they're nice looking. We think, you know, I would say that you could see a friend and be like, oh, he look good. I see you all dressed up. But it's not like an attraction there to where I want to get in the bed with you. I
Right.
think that's where
For you.
you're speaking for
or for
yourself.
your other person. It could go it could go both ways.
It can
And
happen,
you
but I
don't
just think
know-
it's rare.
I don't think you can mesh well, have great conversations with somebody, and not want to be romantically involved with that person. Everything doesn't always have
Right.
to lead to sex or wanting to be with that person just because you have good dialogue, you get along with them, because we get along with a lot of people.
Right.
So,
No, that's definitely true. That's also spoken from a woman. Men usually want to get with you.
so if the
But they
man
see
is
things
From the
differently.
man's
But I'm saying there are
perspective,
rare
it's different.
cases.
Yeah.
There
So
are
if the
rare
man
cases.
so I have a question then, but if the man is married, right? And you're a friend, so do that just because you're the opposite sex, and you know that man, meaning okay, let me take it back. The man is married, it's a couple, and then another couple. Does that other man want to get with that other woman, even if they're all friends together?
They're
Maybe.
probably all friends together,
Yeah.
but it's not the same as being close friends individually, just you and him, because they probably do everything together. A lot of couples have rules where, you know, we're friends with this couple, but when we want to hang out, you call the husband, I call the
Yeah,
wife.
that's a respect. That's
It's
out
a
of
respect thing. So
That's
so
respect.
it's not a real friendship thing, a one-on-one kind of thing. We hang out with this couple, and you kind of only hang out as
Yeah.
couples usually.
I think it also, you know, depends on what we consider the definition of friends.
Yeah,
I think, you know, associates, friends, best friends are three totally different things, and
Yeah.
whether or not both of you are in a relationship are totally different things.
What is that like? How's that going on the dating apps? And do you recommend it?
I do recommend it. It's fun for me. Yeah, yeah, it's like, I don't want to say it's like a game. That sounds so bad, but
That's probably what it is to a lot of people. Though.
I mean, if I do it to hopefully meet someone that I can actually connect with. However, I'm not trying to force anything. Like, I'm not a person that's just like that. Like, if we connect, we connect. If we don't, we don't. If we talk and have a great friendship, we do. If we go on a fun date, like, it is what it is for me. Even though, like, I'm a relationship person and that's what I'm striving for, I'm just not forcing anything. So it's fun.
And I like that. I like that. I like that you look at it that way, because if I were single and dating, and I think I would do dating apps, and I think that that's how I would see it. Like, don't look at everything like, I hope I like him. I hope we get along. I hope we're compatible and things like that. But maybe look at it like, hey, we're going out, we're compatible over the phone. We're going out, and if we don't get along and don't like each other, we can just be associates or friends, and
Yeah.
you have a new friend.
I've met some
You have a
great
new friend.
people.
I will say, like, once in a while, you do need to take your breaks from dating apps, though, like probably a 2-week break, because sometimes it can be draining. You're talking to so many people. You're telling them, oh, I like to go out and do this and do that. And it's draining, because it's like the talking stage multiple time with different people, and then sometimes a friendship can come out of it, sometimes a relationship, or sometimes they just might end up ghosting you, and you're just like, dang, I just wasted a talking stage, but let me go to this next one. Maybe this one will work out. So I definitely think it could be draining sometimes, especially in my experience. I downloaded Hinge and then uninstalled and then re-downloaded and then uninstalled. I feel like a lot of people do that in the dating app community.
Okay. Well, I did do dating apps before, a long time ago.
Okay.
As the Gen X. And it is fun. I would have to say it's fun. But, there's a stigma attached to it. So you would get questions like, well, why are you on a dating app? Like, you shouldn't, you don't need this. And it's not a part of need, it's just convenient. It's convenient.
Of course.
It's easy,
absolutely.
right? But I know with me, when I was on it, I had some great experiences. Some of them led to friendships that I still have today, but acquaintanceship, not friendship, that I still have today. But, some of them were dangerous, meeting people. I would have to say, be very careful, because there is some, danger in it.
What has been your worst experience as far as danger, if you care to share?
When I got roofied. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
tell the people about it and how it happened and what happened.
We went. It was our second time going out, because the first time we went to Benihana. It was nice. He was cool. He worked for TSA.
What's his name?
I don't remember his name. I blocked
We
him
might
out.
need to know that.
I know.
Okay,
So he worked for TSA, but the second time I can't remember the name of the restaurant. It was a South African restaurant, and had a good time. We were talking, and he ordered an appetizer. And I had one drink, he had a drink, and he was like, you want some of this appetizer? I was like, no, I'm good. He was like, no, you got to try it. He was really like pushing for me to try it. So I was like, okay, I'll have a piece. And I took my little plate and I handed it to him. He was like, no, I got it. So he used his and he gave it back. And so, I ate it. And then after, I didn't hear no more about it. He never asked me, how'd you like it or anything like that. So the dinner went on and I started feeling sick. So I got up, went to the bathroom, came back, and I said, I think I need to go. I never had any more of my drink. I just had one drink. And I was like, I need to go. So he was like, oh, okay, you're okay? I was like, no, I'm not feeling well at all. So walking out, I go up to my car, and I'm feeling dizzy and everything. I go up to my car to get in, and it's my car. And I said, this ain't my car. And I walked away, and I was walking up and down where the cars were parked, looking. I was like, where's my car? And then I walked back. I said, oh, that was my car. So I was distorted. I didn't know what was going on.
How did you get home?
Then and he kept offering to take me.
Oh, I bet he did.
He kept offering, you can't drive like this. You can't. I said, I'm good. I'm go. So I drove home, but I had to pull over, and I, threw up, which probably helped me.
Yeah.
Because
Because
once
you
I got,
were able to rid
get
some of
of it out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
once I got home, I was sitting in the garage, and I remember my girls came out. my daughters, and they was like, "Mommy, what's wrong?" And I was out of it. Like I couldn't move.
Wow.
I could not move.
And you never did you ever confront him?
Yes. So, and my mom, just to say, my mom came over, she was a nurse, and my heart rate was like 50, 40. It was very low. I could not move at all. I was just across the bed. So, my mom ended up telling me, I think you got roofie, because I didn't think so. I'm worried about him. I'm telling my girls, text him and let him know I made it home okay.
Yeah.
And so then, long story short, when I confronted him, and I was like, hey, I think I got roofied, he was like Magnum PI.